Hello and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World. My name is Anna Kalczyńska. Right-wing populist Andrej Babiš is set to win the next general election in the Czech Republic. As Czech citizens prepare to vote on 8th and 9th of October, the future of the current Prime Minister Andrej Babiš and his ANO 2011 party, which has been in power since 2013, remains uncertain. Why? Tomáš Zdechovský, Czech MEP, European People's Party, joins me now to elaborate on that. Good morning, sir, and thank you for being with us.
It's always my pleasure.
Our pleasure. So for the first time, the Czechs living abroad, around 5,100, will be allowed to vote by post. But apart from this, there's the main legal concern and the main obstacle for Babiš, which is legal. Andrej Babiš is awaiting a verdict from the Prague District Court over whether he defrauded the EU of 2 million euros so that his large business empire could receive a subsidy intended for medium-sized companies. And as I understand, the verdict is due after the elections. So how likely is it that this legal issue will influence people's vote?
Yeah, I think it will not influence because it will be after the election. But we have to say that Andrej Babiš party has many scandals. Today they had scandal in one of the biggest city in the region where Andrej Babiš candidate. Police came and said that they are investigated 7 politicians from his party who were misuse or were corrupted and have it huge scandal with misusing the flats of the city, Havířov. And I think that it can be something what can absolutely change the atmosphere in the Czech Republic. And really, we don't trust the exit polls because the exit polls never ever predict the results in the Czech elections. Also in a European election, they predict that we will have it around 18%, and SPOLU had it much more than 22, around 23, and Babiš party 26. Also, the difference was in exit polls 10%, and result was 3%. And last election, 2028, was the same situation. 1 month before the election, Andrej Babiš had absolutely majority and victory in his pocket. But the voters last 2 weeks changed the meaning and went to the election, and they absolutely changed the last 4 years, and the coalition SPOLU of current Prime Minister won the elections. Also, let's see what will happen in the Czechia last 3 weeks before the election.
Let's see. You say that's going to be a game changer, but let me just cite the latest poll. ANO could count some 31% of the votes, and the current coalition, ODS, with 20%. So it's a huge difference in numbers, right? What do you find?
Yes.
How do you found your hope for a change? Since
absolutely right.
Babiš seems to be a Teflon figure, right? Nothing works against him.
Yes, you are absolutely right. But really, before election, everything changed, and you can see that young generation said to the before the election that they are not prepared to come to vote. And now situation change. Also, young generation can absolutely change the situation in the election in the Czechia, because the people between 18 and 35, they are not so conservative. Also, they many times change the opinion about the party, what they will vote. And 1/3 of the Czech voters didn't decide which party they will vote it. They said we will go and to the election and we will vote, but they were not sure which party they will vote it. also, let's see what's will happen. And really, the Polish election, presidential election, how was the prediction and how was the results? Also, it can be much more about emotion, and it can be about last 2-3 days, what will happen in a politic campaign or in some statements of the two key politicians, and it will be between Andrej Babiš battle and Petr Fiala as current prime minister, and results will be victory or loss will be between these two men of the Czech politics.
Well, definitely, you still have 2 weeks to go. But anyway, Babiš plays the anti-Ukrainian card, promising to halt any help for Ukraine. I wonder, what are the pro-Russian sentiments in Czech Republic coming from? Where are they coming from? Since Petr Fiala is typically pro-Ukrainian, and you see no pro-Russian sentiments. That's at least what we thought in the Czech Republic. So, how is this sentiment evolving?
I live near the borders with Poland, and if I really I'm looking on the situation and comments in the Polish side, they are not so people pro-Russian like in the Czechia. We didn't stop Russian disinformation campaign and a Russian disinformation operation. And you can see the situation in Slovakia. Slovakia was not pro-Russian. At the start, Slovakia gave a huge help to Ukraine, and they were very pro-Ukrainian. But the pro-Russian narratives and pro-Russian organization, they call NGOs, were very active, and they helped a lot of opposition party. In the Czechia, the communism doesn't have its transparent financing. We know that someone financed through the communist NGO some anti-democratic NGOs in the Czechia. And you look on the comments what we are facing as a democratic politician, me as Christian Democrat, am facing every day 100 threats of the people who want kill me, my children, beat at me, and they are very, very aggressive. And these pro-Russian people are very, very active and very vocal. And this shows that Russia is very present in the Czechia. We didn't make, and Petr Fiala's mistake was that he was not fighting against disinformation, against Russia, because the Czech democratic politician didn't understand that we are in the war with Russia. We were so careful not to do something against rule of law or against democratic rules, that Russia is now using these trolls and troll farms really to attack everyone from democratic parties on the social media. And now Petr Fiala is surprised. Mr. Rakusan, Minister of Interior, is surprised that so many pro-Russian trolls and farms are operating in the Czechia. But it was predictable, and it was absolutely stupid and naive from the Czech democratic politics and from current government that they didn't engage against these troll farms and against this pro-Russian agent what are paid with GRU or another part of Russian intelligence, and what are operating still in the Czechia, in Slovakia, and less in Poland or less in Baltic states. You see the situation in the Hungary. This is the same, and problem of the Czechia was naivety of the politicians what didn't act against this really Russian operation, the Russian hybrid operation.
So it looks like there's another example of a helpless government, which is basically helpless in front of Russian propaganda. Thank you so much, Tomáš Zdechovský, Czech MEP, European People's Party. Thank you for joining us here on World Talks.
Thank you very much, and have a nice evening.
And you. And thank you for watching World Talks. Please stay tuned to TVP World for more current news and other commentaries.